Alright, aka Patters, in this episode, welcome to the Desert of the Real, the Matrix Anthology, a long forgotten 90s comic book masterpiece, maybe the best anthology we've ever gotten in comic book history. We have Dave Gibbons, we have Watchmen, in the middle we have the Matrix, and we're going to get into this short story that I'm still contemplating the meaning of. Stick with me, aka Patters, it is the Desert of the Real.
Anyway,
That's right.
these fans say, the movie is a little bizarre. There are some deep plot lines, but the Matrix fans say it's going to be great. Some people who saw sneak peek said they loved it, and really, we had a little fun with this tonight. The Matrix Reloaded promises out-of-this-world special effects, and after anxiously awaiting the sequel, some Atlanta fans are a little out of this world.
Nigel, a runner.
Null pointer, runner.
Stevens, agent.
Simon, a runner.
Freeman, 713. I am a sentinel.
Oh boy, how you like those red pills? It's so funny just thinking real quick of how the red pill has become a YouTube sensation, basically. Content goldmine. It's become a political statement. It's become a socio-economic statement, a sociology. Can I say all of that statement? Everything that the red pill is linked to, people have to be reminded at this point that it comes from the Matrix. So cheers to absolute influence, and that's really how I view the Matrix. So influential in my life. I was there. The anticipation, the level of hype when Matrix Reloaded dropped, seeing the preview images on AnyCoolNews.com, seeing some of the Steven Scroshy Morpheus wielding a samurai sword leaking onto AnyCoolNews.com really just stuck with me, and it was at the time an absolute disappointment. I just couldn't understand how that movie was so different, and I had very similar reactions to Star Wars Episode 1, Kill Bill Volume 2, and everything I'm naming to you I've eventually turned a complete corner on, because the level of anticipation we have for things at times destroys what's in front of our face. I've spent the later part of my adulthood of reanalyzing a lot of this pop culture, a lot of this media that I at one time thought I was superior over. We don't do this on this channel, and when we criticize something, we try and be as exact as a razor blade. So getting into this short story, these were 2 trade paperback volumes that the Wachowskis dropped through Burly Man Entertainment. Now, through that, they got Doc Frankenstein and Shaolin Cowboy. 2 books, Shaolin Cowboy, pretty much prevalent today. Jeff Darrow is still doing work with Shaolin Cowboy now with Dark Horse, but the Wachowskis were like, it was like a full court press. They were making the greatest action movie of all time, getting into comics, getting into animation with Animatrix, and Animatrix is another absolute masterpiece. And it's so funny that every time I get into these stories, and we have not done a full video yet, getting into what those short stories are for those 2 Matrix trade paperbacks. We will, I promise you. But every single time I get into the concepts of the Matrix, it literally, there's like a light switch that goes off in my head. Yes, I do have a light switch in my head. And I have to watch those movies. I have to watch some of the Animatrix. It just makes me want to explore it so much more. And no other property or franchise has that effect on me. I just want to explore the Matrix all the time. And yes, even the new one that dropped, I want to explore that as well, because the Matrix is the only of any of these franchises that can be infinitely rewritten and retconned and have it all make sense. It's the only one. It's so, like I said, it's unique and it deserves our appreciation. So, for Pan Asian American Month, we have a Matrix short story. Yeah, it took me that long to say Pan Asian American Month. For the Matrix, let's go. Good morning, my AKA Padders. I was so in the mood for some serious iced coffee today. Guys, I wish you could see how beautiful Philadelphia looks today. Now, we've been on the content rollout, so some of my intros, some of my outros are spread apart. So some of them are done in the morning, noons, nights, and some of them are even days apart. But today, when I'm coming to you from the drawing table with our big boy Crypt here, we're going to do a Crypt unboxing. I just ordered a bunch of Crypt action figures, mint on card. We're going to crack those open on this channel. But as I'm coming to you right now, we have a beautiful Philadelphia day. Also upcoming, and guys, a lot of this rollout that you've been seeing this month is for Pan Asian American Heritage Month. I went through issues of Silk here, and people say you don't read modern comics. You don't read modern comics. Well, guess what? I read everything. So we have the Matrix comics, The Art of the Matrix. If you're not familiar with this book, it's got the Steven Skrow storyboards. These are what I consider to be the greatest storyboards in film history. Mostly because of what they had to achieve to sell the movie. And yeah, we went through this around the time of the Matrix Resurrections when that dropped on HBO Max during COVID. So keep in mind, AKA Padders, we use a lot of these movie releases or streaming releases and events and celebrations as reasons and excuses to get deeper into the material that we love. I'm sorry, I'm just noticing that some of the perspective here for these buildings, and that's a duplicate building here. They just flipped it. That's the same building. Yeah, it's just a little bit of this doesn't add. Anyway, my designer brain just melted there. And what else do we have to say? So we use these celebrations as ways to delve into what we love, which is comics. Give me one moment here. I want to show off the other volume of Matrix comics. Yeah. And discussing the Matrix comics, we have to bring in Burly Man. This is a Wachowski's publishing arm. This is Steven Skrow with Doc Frankenstein. A amazing book. We should have done this by now on this channel. So they got their collaborators that they did the Matrix comics with, and a lot of us know the other one from Burly Man was Shaolin Cowboy by Jeff Darrow. So these, I'll make a note. The glue for all of these, the glue erodes, but I prefer the original editions because I remember when they dropped and they were $22, which was a little bit expensive. Nice paper quality, all of it. And you know, look, we got Ted McKeever here. They got the best of the industry to come in on these books. Look, Peter Bagg. And these stories, they stem from the idea of we don't know what the Matrix really is yet. Because this came out between the movies. And getting this much content, getting the Animatrix, going to see Dreamcatcher to catch the final flight of Osiris, all of this leading into the release of Matrix Reloaded, it was the best between movie content that we've ever seen and probably ever will see. But today I wanted to get into it, and when I first got into this story, I thought it was Seraph from Matrix Reloaded. He's our Asian dressed in white. Okay? And Seraph has one of the best lines in all the Matrix movies. If you want to know someone, you have to fight them. It's one of the absolute best lines. It's so juvenile and teenager, but perfect. Because it just fits the Matrix. The way how I view the Matrix, by the way, is I just believe the Wachowskis reverse engineered the ridiculousness of action movies, and they wanted to have a way to explain how the physics and the logic works within action movies, and they reverse engineered that by having combatants that can control the reality around them or the physics around them, meaning gravity and all these other things. They had a conclusion and they built a storyline to, you know, go into that conclusion. And it's time to get into the story. Butterfly by Dave Gibbons. And we know the credits for Dave Gibbons. Let's just go through some of them. Rogue Trooper, 2000 AD. Martha Washington, Superman, Batman, Watchmen, Doctor Who, the Criminal. Look, even Green Lantern, but the Criminal, and we should have done it on this channel already, but a lot of YouTubers don't like YouTubing it. DC Comics Vertigo graphic novel, The Originals. The Originals is a really legit story. Also, I will note that some of my pages, like that glue I told you about, that glue is an issue. This is very common in a lot of these editions. In my comic shop back in the day, almost all of the ones that we got came apart, and yeah, we just had to give credit for different trades because you know, we didn't do refunds. So we have 2 insects. We know this insect, it's hackable. It comes in from the top and it cares for the people, the batteries, the slaves in the battery liquid slave pods. Is it hacked? We don't know yet. But then we have a beautiful butterfly, and that's the name of our story, Butterfly. Now along the spine we have this like Chinese proverb, and we're just going to skip that because we just want panels and Dave Gibbons. But we get this Matrix awoken revolutionary soldier trying to make a phone call. He encounters an agent. And look at, I just love this pose. Because it's not dynamic, but it's perfect. And he's in motion. And this dude's shocked on the side. Again, really nice paneling here. But then, you know, simile, metaphor at the same time in the Matrix. Because, you know, we're groundbreaking storytelling here. We're splitting the page and we're telling one story at top. This is inside the Matrix, or like right inside the Matrix. No, this is the reality, and then this is inside the Matrix, right? How do the two of these come together? Well, we have to turn the page. But yeah, we get more gunfighting action. Again, nice panel. I like this pull away shot, this bird's eye, this close up here. Really nice stuff. Yeah, and then we go inside the Matrix and we're meditating. We're sucking in some sage. We're connecting to ourselves. Shang Tzu, the art of war. And we get like not so hot of a, guys, when you nail like this pose right here, like running away, looking behind, blasting with double guns, it's kind of hard to do it twice. But it's Dave Gibbons. Give him a pass because we have great use of blacks, by the way. And take note, we have my my brush here. Take note of how well he's framing the blacks, because look, it's black, 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 black. Really nice. It's in perfect contrast to our meditative butterfly sage sucking dude. And this is not Seraph. I thought this was Seraph from Matrix Reloaded. I was excited when I went back to this because I forgot how the story ended. And then, no, it's not Seraph. I thought it was. But yeah, we get more gunfighting. And we get, well, you know, we got to do the meditative things, like sweeping the floor. I believe the sweeping of the floor here, like the windshield wipers in the opening scene of Neo in the Matrix, this is metaphorical. There's something to like the desert of the real and the cleansing of your consciousness. Again, the Matrix is some of the best science fiction because you can introduce these ideas. I absolutely love this shot here. Yeah, and then the agent pops up behind him, and then here we go. John Woo, double guns, but the butterfly flies in. And we see our boy here, he sees the butterfly. He notices something. And then at the same time, our meditative Asian dude sees the butterfly. And then here we go. Makes a move, sees a window, chases the butterfly. Are you guys ready? Now the two get together and look at that. People, that is how you do a spread splash page. This is how you do a spread. Look. Right, look, right before contact. And then douche. This is great. Now, would I prefer this to have been drawn 1-to-1 or real size and shrunken down? Yes. This looks 1-to-1 to me. It just looks, everything here looks like it's Dave just being fast. But it's impactful. Because I feel like, too, if he goes like this right here, like that, there's like a shadow here that should be filled in, but it's not. Yeah, and then our blonde-haired Eminem looking dude rolling around, the phone starts ringing. This is his opportunity, because right, they have to pick up the phone to get out of the Matrix. And then our sweeper, see, metaphorical here. It's always metaphorical in the Matrix. The sweeper just whacks the guns out of the agent's hands, and the agents are like, this dude's like, WTF. And then they blast him away. Awesome panel here, though. Just broke it up into a grid. And then the look, man nor butterfly, and yet was born. So he saves the dude. The dude's able to get out of the Matrix. And we all know, like, right? Like, we all know if this guy was controlling the butterfly, what exactly he can do, what his powers are. But he chooses, and we kind of want to say that he, like, transports himself into the butterfly. Potentially. As he goes dark, he's reborn into the butterfly. And the Matrix later would explain this, you know, with some of our conversations with the Oracle and the Keykeeper and the guy from the train station. There's rogue programs throughout the entire Matrix. The Matrix logic, that's how they explain Werewolf's universe. Werewolves, vampires, and ghosts, like the ghost twins, they're literally ghosts in the Matrix. And they're just glitches, they're old programs that would never die, that are like self-replicating. And they have to be dealt with, but they're kind of dealt with by, they usher them to the side. But they're also the ones with the keys, because they're so old, they can do things that the newer programs cannot. I always, just talking to all of you, that's how I interpret this. I interpret that his consciousness or his program, and this is a program, and he lives only in the Matrix. He's able to do this. So it's not quite a sad ending. And you kind of want to say there's a level of foresight here, because our individual was able to be at the right place at the right time and send the butterfly as the signal. Right? Because how would he know to follow the butterfly? But he, again, like, he's seen things. This Eminem dude has seen things. And so he's a revolutionary battery salvaged soldier. Former battery over here. So it's interesting. It really is, guys. And I want to get more and more into the Matrix, all the Matrix comics and everything from Burly Man. So bear with me. But again, this is why we do celebration months. And we kind of chase our tail doing themes, because it leads us into pathways to re-explore material just like this.